Hey, 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 welcome to Everything Philly. We got a whole new cast on board today. Start with
Shannon.
White.
Keith.
Lil Rob.
Tommy.
Keith.
Today we talking about Uptown Philly. Forget Uptown. We ain't Uptown Philly. We Wadsworth. Uptown is considered Stanton Avenue, Chew Avenue, all that. Now we Wadsworth. Put that mic up if you got something to say.
Oh no, I'm saying
Oh, guys.
all uptown is Wadsworth is specific to one area. You know, we all uptown, but subset is Wadsworth Avenue. So yeah, keep it at Wadsworth.
Wadsworth.
Definitely.
So we trying to get things back in order uptown now. Uptown is a ghost town. When we came up with this crew right here, all on this board today, came about. We was unity. We was love. We had everything going on. We watched over each other. We took care of everybody, our kids, our grandparents, no matter what it was. We hung on. We hung on the avenue. Everything was a bunch of fun. It was life was good. Now today, it's ghost town. So how we gonna change that?
Well, Keith, one of the things I think now what we might want to get back to is the level of respect that we had. So, like, you know, I was saying earlier, was speaking of my first OG, the white right here, and I don't even know if the white even remembers how he became my favorite OG. But I was new to the neighborhood. Oh no, yeah. No, I'm talking about Ivy Hill days, and they had a bonfire against Oak Lane, and Dwight picked me up and put me on his shoulders, and I just thought I was on top of the world like the boy on what was that movie, Titanic. I was like, oh, I remember like, oh my God, that was that moment. I'm like, I am a quarterback, and we went out and got our ass kicked the next day, but the pep rally was everything, and that's when he officially became my OG, my first OG actually. Yeah, so you know, I'll never forget that. And growing up, I kept the same level of respect for this man. You know what I mean? And nowadays, these kids, they have little by way of respect. You know, Mr. Sir, you know, even when we did dirt, we knew when to stop. And I'm gonna leave right there.
Well,
Big shot. Go.
I believe and it's going to be hard to get the kids back. It's going to be hard to get the kids back because there's no respect these days. Back when we was little, we used to go all the way up to the Aggies just to smoke weed or drink a beer or something when we was little of age. Now, the kids of the day, they smoking with their parents, their grandparents. And if the neighbor snitched, the neighbor could get shot. So they don't want to tell on a youth that's already acting up. So the ones that's already, you gotta catch the ones that's not already acting up and get to them first. Because the ones that's already acting up, they're already far gone.
Yeah, and not just that. When I was coming up, being one of the younger ones out of this group, there wasn't no be around negativity. You was too young. You gotta go. It just ain't for you. Go play basketball. If you wasn't playing basketball, and I don't care if you was playing basketball 100 feet over that way and they shooting dice over that way. You don't come over to this dice game. You play basketball, you go home. This is not for you. You too young to be in that dice game. You getting smacked in your head, kicked in your butt, and getting sent home. And then say, I'll let your uncle, your cousin, whoever your oldie was that took care of you. Yo, I had to kick him in his ass because he was being newsy over here, being where he's supposed to be. So being that way, we had to find other ways to do stuff that we looked up to us because we seen them making money. So what we did, let's go to Pathmark, grab some groceries, cut some grass, wash some cars. So, you know, that's how I looked at it. I see my old heads making money. I already know I can't do what they doing because I ain't old enough. So I want to make money too. So I had to find the regular things to do, the stuff that nobody wanted to do. Your parents told you to go do this. Oh, I might as well go do this for make a couple of dollars off. Instead of cut my grass, I hate cut my grass, but if somebody gonna pay me $10 to cut their grass, I'll do it. So I mean, we gotta start doing that instead of letting them hang on the corner and be one of you are trying to act like this my young and yeah, I'm gonna raise him right, and you really raising him wrong.
See, all your story has a foundation. All your story has a mentor that showed y'all what to do or how to do things, or even talk to y'all, or even listen to it, y'all. Like Dwight was one of my first negative influences in Mount Airy. Like he didn't give me the positive cheers and all like that. This nigga took me down 8th and 6th and Butler to get some damn drugs. started my life off early, corrupt. But what we did have was the schoolyard. We always had the schoolyard, and that's what these kids missing. Like, I understand you saying it's going to be hard, but that's because it's been missing for so long. Like, a lot of these kids don't have fathers; they've been raised up by their mothers, and a mother sometimes could be the worst enemy because she's trying to be the mother and the father. And a teenage kid, teenage boy being raised by his mom that's always coming to take his back, make him look like a mama's boy or a sissy or whatever. Niggas, the bigger guys, the rougher guys, is teasing him like, "You go get your mommy." Go get your big sister. Like they didn't have that foundation and run and be like, okay, I'm gonna get my big uncle. I'm gonna go get Big Dwight or Big Tommy. They don't have that because we're not out there no more. Like our neighborhood is a ghost town. So we put our community together and we put our little board together and we go in McCluskey and take McCluskey back over and bring the programs, bring the basketball games or whatever it is to offer these kids our late night softball games, cookouts, clean up the avenue. Like we bring unity back, the kids to see that and they want to be a part of that because that's all they want to do is be a part of something. Like now, the best thing they could be a part of is a gang. They being inducted into the gangs because you a op or you're not a op. They got gangs everywhere, but put a mic to your mouth so I can hear what you got to say, bro. Put a mic to your mouth too.
We ain't gonna name
No, we ain't got
We
no
don't
do all
know
that,
nothing,
but
but
here it's
up
gangs.
here.
they have affiliations and
Yeah,
all
they
kinds
got a
of
bunch
negative stuff, but
affiliations.
it's,
Wadsworth, per
it's
se.
active members, but at the end of the day, I like the idea of, community by activity. You put something out for them, people will
Yeah.
start trickling it. Because if you build it, they will come.
They will come.
That's my belief. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, Wadsworth is still not a trash neighborhood by any stretch.
By
No.
far.
It hasn't become like the Northeast has changed into.
Yeah.
They don't have because people still generally care up here. So I think we can really piggyback off of that activity. You know what I mean? Because we don't have people fearing like stuff happens, of course, but it's not like the lawlessness is taking over now, and this community is being held hostage.
Not
And
at all.
before
That's
it
the
gets
good
there,
thing.
I think doing something like this to push it, trend it back the
Way
other way would do well.
Yeah, because most people get in trouble out of boredom.
Right.
They need something to do.
Right.
They need something to get into.
Mhm.
So if we could provide that, which we definitely can, because we got a lot of time on our hands, and all of us together could take the schoolyard. We
Right.
could take that, and we all athletes. We love to compete. We love to have fun. We know how to bring the girls, and the girls bring the guys, and you know how that be. Because I used to take your girls all the time, so
All
you know
day
how that
long.
be. So
I got
you know.
one more for you to take too. I can't afford them no more.
No. You fish too young right now. Like I need the older heads to take care of me.
This is a PG show.
I
But
think-
it's all about actually at the end of the day, it's just all about giving back. Because I got no qualms about my life at Wadsworth. I'm Wadsworth made. Everywhere I go, I tell them where I'm from, but I get real specific. But where I'm from, they call it
that's
Wadsworth.
everybody that's from Wadsworth.
Yeah, like I tell them I'm proud of where I'm from.
Wadsworth.
All day I rep Wadsworth, so
I'm from Chewing Show.
Yeah.
Whatever. Like how could you not rep Wadsworth? Like everybody
Huh?
from different
Yeah.
parts of the city came up Wadsworth. They was surprised to see our trees. We had the best girls
You
in the
was
city.
hated for being from
Driveways.
Wadsworth.
Driveways,
I was
like-
hated for being from Wadsworth.
yeah.
Oh, you got grass. Oh, y'all pretty boys.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like we was never known for doing anything, and that's what I used to love. All right, cool.
Well,
We was known for getting
always
money.
Like
underestimated.
we was always underestimated. Whatever it went on was always
doubt.
underestimated.
But and
about
hold on,
Wadsworth.
guess who helped change that too? Old big hands there. Who was it when the people
Terrence.
used to come up to actually fight? Who was the known hitters up here? Dwight, Doug. No, he was younger though. Tommy was a
Yeah.
baby then.
But I still was putting in work.
you was never, they was young boys. How was you? They was like 17.
But I've been
They was 17.
listen, no disrespect to them.
Go ahead.
They real men. I respect both of them. But I've been off my fault, good brother. Been off the block for a
Some
long
big
time.
ass hands
How-
right
how old you
there.
now?
I've been taking care of myself since
You-
14.
I know, but he was 17.
But
wasn't
I was
born
putting
yet.
in work.
Yeah, but you not that age, Tommy.
Oh, you talking about the white?
Dwight.
Yeah.
I was just still talking about.
Hey, I'm about to say,
No,
damn,
not
you-
Kiki. I'm talking about. I'm saying, how the hell was you?
putting in work?
I'm 14. How you out here watching Dwight?
I think it'd be easier if we went to the generation under us because it's their kids is the ones who's causing the problems, and
Yeah.
they would be our grandkids' age. Because I got a grandkid that's 16, that's in the 9th grade,
Right.
and I'm only 50.
Right.
So at the end of the day, I could go talk to her, but it would be harder for me to reach her when I could call her mom and be like, "This is the problem," and her mom could get in her head faster.
It's a
Well,
domino effect.
Well,
But
wait.
They
But
will shoot. Your mom will get involved because you're involved.
I got some pushback on that though, because if you think about it, if the child is already acting up, what was the mom doing that led to this point?
Yeah.
Because you ain't got to come talk to me about my child, because my child, you've seen my children in action. You know what I'm saying? Because they came out of, it starts at home. When you go out in the public, you represent me, bro. So when people see you, you need to conduct yourself properly. And I'm not saying you couldn't reach the mom, but typically, in my experiences, if the child is this way, when you meet the mom or the dad, you'll say, "Oh yeah, I know why you act that way."
I'm totally opposite of I never grew up under my dad. I grew up under y'all kind of people, and I looked at y'all and I took something from everybody
Right.
and made myself. So I never had a father figure, and my mom wasn't the nurturing type.
Right.
So I learned everything the hard way, the
Of course.
physical way.
Right.
You know
right.
what I mean? From coming outside.
Right.
So when I came outside, I just observed what everybody else was doing.
Well, obviously you learned, and guess how I know that you learned it.
Oh
The
yeah,
way he conduct himself, and
No doubt.
always has. So
Yeah.
I know what he come from. See what I'm saying? So you got the message.
Splitting image of you.
You
all
dig
the
what I'm
way
saying?
around. Like you don't
Because
even.
at the end of the day, his son, I seen his son in Delaware. I just came home. I knew who he was. He and his son, Rah. I'm talking about Dave. Dave, you know, they say Dave put his hands on you. I get it. So I'm in the joint about to get my good food stamps and stuff. I said, "Come here, what's your name?" Your name David, ain't it? He looking at me like, I said, "Oh, I know everybody in your family." I ran down your side and his mama's side. He said, called his mom. He said, "Mom, I don't know who this man is, but I know he knows us. Come around here. It ain't no way." He told me about everybody. She came, yes. Yeah. So, but again, as whatever they say he do out there, in that office, he conducted himself like he knew he was supposed to.
And that's come from that community, that
That's what I'm
community
saying.
love.
You
Like
got,
that's
you
what
got,
it
that's what I'm saying. It
starts.
starts at home.
You right about
You know what I mean? Because if you seeing these runs, there's nobody saying "ho." Because I would be shocked. Like, me and Wakil, we was at a block party one day, and I'm gonna turn the mic after this. And I'm at the table talking to my man, and I see my son smack Wakil in the back of his neck. My blood pressure shot up. I'm like, "Oh, I'm about to kill my child." Because what? And I run to go get him. Walk like, no, Keith, wait, stop.
Talking to Mike.
I was like, "Oh, okay." I had to go sit down because I'm ready still like, because I don't even, you shouldn't have played with him and him like that. I was, woo. You see what I'm saying? These kids not raised under that. You dig what I'm saying? They're raising themselves.
Well, they raised by these. This is every influence. Whatever they see on this is gold. Like if you don't see it on your phone, it ain't happening.
Hey, but
Yeah.
we're not going to keep talking about what they're not doing. We're talking about the direction we're trying to go into.
So-
And that's what we talk about on this platform today. Like what we're going to do, how we going to put our team together to bring McCluskey back to life. Because it all starts in there. I mean, I understand what you're saying about the homes too, but you got to remember that under our generation, babies start having babies. They don't even
Yeah.
know how to be an adult themselves. So they're running around trying to be in the spotlight. You got mothers and daughters running around together in clubs, act like sisters and sisters or best girlfriends, and they wearing the same outfit, ass
Yeah.
out, titties out, everything out. They don't even care. Get your mic, bro.
Like I said, activities. I believe we have
Yeah.
something. Introduce ourselves. You slow. You know what I mean? Spoon
And-
feed the community.
And then have the town halls and
Right.
the
Yeah,
get
recreation
them
and
on
tell
the
them,
phone and
let
get
them see what we're
and
trying to do.
something
Right. You
And-
know what I mean? Have things for them to, gravitate, pick up tangible stuff. People can feel it and touch it. I know it's there. So that and it don't cost me anything.
It don't cost us anything.
All right.
What age groups you trying to?
They know. Was it an age group when we came up in the schoolyard?
But we came up looking at, this is what I seen, and this is what I observed. Cars and jewelry and clothes. And these kids don't see shit no more. It's nothing for them to see. They don't have no respect. They don't really care. It's nothing for them to, like he said, everything that they want is on the phone. If it ain't on the phone, they don't want it because they don't see it unless it's on the phone.
But you know what the problem with that is too? Nobody listened to them. They don't have nobody to listen to them. They running around being their own. They learning how the same way you learned how to be a man on the streets. That's what they doing right now. but they don't have no communities to teach them the right and wrong way.
Keith said a minute ago, it's starting at home. I got my ass whipped damn near every day in the home. I ain't never been hit by a man, but my mom whipped my ass every day. And my son over there, you could tell him, I don't beat my kids. And I got 7 of them. I don't beat them. And I lost a son already. I didn't beat my kids because I figured it didn't teach me nothing.
It doesn't.
It just made me worse when I went outside. No, it didn't.
Yo, but listen.
Torture him. It taught me how to make him want to be his own man.
Exactly.
So by me listening to him, I would want him to groom himself into his own man, not into what I was.
But you gave them the platform.
Y'all gotta understand and listen that y'all doing testimonies. I mean, we trying to bring back Wadsworth. You know, right now we talking about what we did or who I was back in the day. We gotta talk about today and how to get our schoolyard back, how to get Wadsworth back. You know, how to get this. You know how we to hang out together, unity back. You know, get our kids. We got to start getting our kids to know each other, where we came from.
But that's why I said something about the age, because it's gonna start with the younger ones.
It's going to start with us. If you introduce your child to my child, he's going to know who you are. He's going to know who I am.
Right.
So once they start, that entity start, that's when we can start building something. They're going to start talking to each other like, that's Ghost. That's Dwight. That's Rob. That's Tommy. You know, we built this neighborhood.
That ain't gonna happen. Because I done seen people who introduce their kids to their kids and their kids know their kids, they still gang warring and they still killing each other.
Okay, but we can't keep making excuses. We got to start somewhere. We can't be afraid to step out and be the people that we supposed to be. If we want to take our community back over, we got to do what Dwight's saying. We got to.
We got to unite.
Reward.
We
gotta
have to
unite.
unite.
So let's
We have to
let
unite.
the
The kids
negativity
that are
go
doing positive things,
Right.
positive things.
and
And-
give them a chance.
Right.
And one thing, like y'all say, like, you know, I'm the oldest on this panel, so like you'll say, we gonna get that schoolyard back. And the only way we're going to get that schoolyard back if we talk to our kids. See, I'm an emotional person, so I don't know
Let
if
it
I might
out.
start crying up here.
That's
so
all right.
That's all
Really?
right. That's what we need.
really,
Right.
You love, you love
when
where
I
we
come
from.
up Wadsworth, I see the past.
Right.
And you know, now it's like a ghost town. You know, we used to go around proud to say, I'm from Wadsworth, and people respect us because we was sharp, we was clean. Right now, it's like you say, nobody knows nobody. It's a bunch of like enemies. How you gonna be enemies in your own neighborhood?
Mhm.
None of us was enemies.
Mm-mm.
No
And if
matter-
we did have beef, we fought it out or we talked it out.
Right.
We never let nobody come in our neighborhood
Right.
to cash their check. Like, I'm going to Wadsworth and get me a check. You thought you was,
Mm-hmm.
but we was in the schoolyard. You didn't make it past Godwin. If you came up there, you didn't make it past Temple. Tommy did. Tommy owned Temple. Keith owned Fayette Street. Sean owned Missioner. Kiki owned Forest. You know, that's what we did. But I'm not talking about what we did in the past. I'm talking about what can we do tomorrow.
bring back the past.
Yeah.
Bring back the past. Let's bring.
That's
our
what I'm saying.
neighborhood back.
And we was a family.
Mm-hmm.
And we still are a
Like
family.
Sister said, we got to be a family again.
Mm-hmm.
So we going out things to take the rec over, do what we got to do. We got, like I said, we got the athletes, we got the mentors.
What was the
we got-
first event we want to have?
That's what I
Well-
was about to say. We need to do an event and
you
invite
know, I
invite the
think about
ones, invite everybody out, even the
The
ones
spring
that
event.
that's in the street.
Yeah.
You know, it's gonna be hard for the ones that's already in the street.
Yeah.
Like,
No,
it's-
listen.
But the new generation that's coming up,
Right.
we can get our hands on them now
Right.
and introduce them to the positive
won't go
stuff.
That answers
You know what
Sean's
I'm saying?
question.
'Cause
Right.
I always said when a kid is born, it's like a computer. There's nothing in their brain. What you install
Pour
in
into
them is
'em.
what they're going to remember. So we introduce them to positive things as cookouts, games. They're going to keep remembering that. Coming back, get them prizes too.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we got to focus on.
Well, before we even create an event, we all have to go to the rec center, reintroduce ourselves to the community leaders, show them that we are serious about that and we are strong within ourselves. show them exactly what we're trying to do, put our proposal together so we can actually own the rec center, not own it physically, but mentally own the rec center, put our programs together from 6 to 7 or whatever the after school programs for our kids, help them listen to them, like put programs together where though therapy. Like we all know kids that lost a best friend, a classmate, a family member. You know what they're going through. You know how kids feel right now to get on the bus to go to school. Like we need somebody to understand their problems, so we have classes for them in the rec center.
Trauma council.
Trauma, yes, we
counseling.
need somebody to listen to our kids to understand the problems that they're going to and let them know that they've been heard. They won't go out and look for that from negativity if they have someone that really understand them. Put programs together where you get to use their hand.
Yeah.
What is it called?
Financial literacy programs. teach 'em
Financial
how-
literacy, all that.
mechanics.
We can do all that. Like
Yeah.
we can teach them this stuff in
And
these classrooms because the classes
and-
are open.
Barbers.
And
Barbers, whatever
only
it
that,
is,
like
we
you
gotta
said,
offer them.
What's the name? Contractor work, where you can start showing these kids if a lot of kids all they know is to go to college and that's the only way you can make money. And that's really a big lie for a lot of students that's in college.
That's just creating debt.
Yeah, trades and working with your hands is really what
Wasting
built
4
this country
years.
and what really is essential. Like if we learned anything during the pandemic, is your money needed to be essential. It need to, no matter what happened, we can't stop. You can't stop. We don't need the clothing store, but you can't stop working. And that's where we got to start teaching people so that they'll see where how to survive out here.
So we ourselves have to put our foot on the ground, be seen in the communities again. Like we used to walk up and down Wadsworth Avenue, like we owned it. Like the stores used to love us because they wasn't getting robbed because we was on the avenue so much.
Sitting on the stoop.
Sitting on the stoops,
You
yeah.
can't even
Like
eat
these are
inside the
the
pizza shop no
neighborhoods
more.
wasn't afraid to get robbed. The neighbors wasn't afraid to get robbed because it was always so many of us on the blocks or on the corners. Like Dwight said, they couldn't even get past Godwin if they came up there. They ain't had time to run in the house and do nothing. So when we start putting our foots on the ground and we start going to the community, the recreation center, and be known, then the avenue will have to start supporting us. They had to start sponsoring us. Then the kids will see that wait, there's a lot going on in this recreation center. Like we could do this. Have fun, be seen, be heard, make money, everything.
People have grown up in recreation centers. Like that was their home away from home. You know what I mean? So
All day.
basically that's what we need to create up here. Another home away from home. And we're gonna educate the kids, have fun and just be a safe haven for these kids up here. You know what I mean? And I think once you get to plant that seed and it is going to grow. It's gotta grow. You know what I mean? But like you said, we gotta just start coming together weekly, whatever, however we want to do it, and put this thing together.
Put it together.
Ain't nothing but air and opportunity now.
And I still know how to get them big buses and be like, let's go to Wildwood, let's go
Oh,
to Great Adventure, let's go.
Yeah.
Like
I mean,
we,
think about.
but I remember one of my
think about-
best times in my
about-
life.
You know what? The funny, I look at my kids and I just be like, yeah, I don't like y'all because y'all don't make me feel bad about being old. Y'all are not having fun at all. I said, bro, what do you do on the weekend? All day and night. And I'm like, y'all don't get together, come together, go out. We used to go to all night movies. We used to go to different neighborhoods. I'm like, it's like, what is a childhood consist of nowadays? What is a childhood now? When the last time you rode up the street and had to beat the horn because they was in the street playing football?
Don't happen.
When the last time you did that?
I'm telling you, they don't know how to do double dutch no more.
When you seen girls jumping rope?
That's what I'm saying. They don't know
When you
how
seen anybody playing top?
Yeah.
Spin the ball.
That's y'all games. My game was catch a girl, get a girl. Like
Well, okay. But when do you
Forget-
see kids outside being kids?
You don't
Yeah,
see
see-
kids outside no more.
you don't
This
see
is
them
crazy.
outside. So, like I said,
What kind of, that's no childhood. I'm like,
let's put our feet back to the ground and make it happen. Like my big head, the white friend, again, one of my best child teenage
hey,
years
we can
was
form flag football
get-
up there.
Think
getting on
about
that
it,
bus,
and
going to Great Adventure, getting up on that stage, doing Run DMC, having our auctions on the bus. Like
Yeah,
we
used to
had
go,
some
what,
good
Wildwood,
times.
They got Great Adventure, Wildwood, Dorney Park.
Yeah,
these-
everything.
I mean, I guarantee you, it's probably kids that don't even know these places exist.
Yeah, there's plenty of kids ain't never been to none of them places.
Or even heard of them.
Yeah.
So that's what we doing.
I know
That's
the
our
kids
man.
in my development, they don't know what it is.
God damn.
And we used to Shoot, that's all right.
Dog.
And they families got money, and they just never went to them kind of places just to have fun for the day.
Right.
They might have went to like family,
School or
you know,
school
events,
trip
and
at the most.
they might know what's the one in Florida?
Disney World.
That's what
And
they
they
know.
probably know about the Poconos, something like that.
Right?
Disney
No,
World.
It's just
I mean, back we used to do
they
that. We're
go
just
to
putting
school and just grow up. and
putting
shit,
this
like,
putting posters up in this direct. Yo, we going to Wildwood on this day. Kids, such and such, such
In
and
the
such. and
schoolyard.
Kids could come out for the day.
We had fun at the corner of your block.
on the block.
Yeah.
We had fun at the corner of the white block. That was the hangout for a long period of time.
Yes. Yes. The little yard.
with
Yes.
the little baseball field.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That,
Being happy that you can hit over the
We
gate.
made our own base. Hey, sure. Remember, we made our own baseball team, the All Stars.
No baseball.
And then,
You know,
we,
got
then
that.
we had
we-
the ultimate
And
clubhouse.
that's what I said. That's what I said
the
about.
clubhouse.
That's what I said about. We got to
That's
get
a
our
whole
kids
story
together.
in itself.
You know, this whole format is about our kids.
y'all want to know some crazy shit? We used to play block football.
Yeah.
So that block played that block,
That
that
block,
block
yeah,
played
yeah.
that block. We don't even see that many people in the course of a year to even have a football game
Right.
anymore.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they the people that we need to bring outside, the scared ones, the shy ones. They the ones that's in the house learning dumb stuff before they even go outside. They scared to go outside, but they want to come outside. And they the ones that we got to get outside.
And I want to say something to whoever, you know, these guys, they all younger than me, but none of them on Facebook. But I am on Facebook. And I'm gonna put this out there, and I'm gonna put this out there big, that we coming back. Wadsworth is coming back. So watch out.
Watch out. You heard Big Head say it.
We need more than just the Uptown Memorial Cookout. We need to bring. I mean,
This ain't even about the Memorial Uptown
happiness,
Cookout. This
yeah,
about
yeah,
Wadsworth
work,
Ave.
yeah. We need to get some more
So the thing
professional
is-
athletes coming out of schoolyard again.
So we gotta plan it now. Like plan something now. I
Yeah.
gave you a date. You ain't never
What
answered.
date you son?
I said July 6th, right after
4th of July.
Independence Day.
sounds good.
A cookout, a cookout at the yard.
Yeah.
Okay,
get
we can
Saturday
definitely do
up
that,
there.
but that's still months away.
Called me tonight. My niece that worked for Sherelle Parker, she called me tonight. They having Wadsworth Day again, and they want us to be involved.
Okay, we need to be established before Wadsworth they even get here. So we
Exactly.
need to be at that
Exactly.
recreation center one day this week.
When are you gonna set the meeting for the rec?
Well, that's what we're going to do tonight. We're going to set it. We're going to put our board together, our board members. We're going to start putting the things together for the rec. We're going to go over there, sit down with the rec leaders. Like Dirk is a good guy we could talk to at the rec.
Dirk from Temple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is he work with- okay.
Yeah, he's a big part of the recreation center. We could talk to him.
All right.
We could talk to
Where's Little Amin?
So when you
Little
at a
Amin
meeting-
ain't- he's-
he got
he's-
that, what's his name?
he's
big
huge
rec.
right
Yeah,
now.
he got that big
involved
rec
in some
down.
kind of
What's
thing.
it?
Take homage to his
Oh
dad.
yes, we
He got
definitely
that
got to.
big
Yeah, we got to
What's
pay
a
homage to
Hicken?
his dad because he was what we trying to be.
Yes.
Yeah,
Right.
well, you know, he
Right.
got that big
What do
recreation
Amin
down.
doing
What's
now?
Hicken just opened?
He's a coach.
He's a coach at this. They just
and
opened
he's
this
director.
multi-million-dollar
Yeah,
recreation
he a
center.
director at that new rec they just opened
Down.
up. Down for what's Hicken? There's a new big rec they just built. I forget the name of it.
Shit, Winston Hickey?
It's on what's Hicken. Yeah, Philly youth basketball.
So he got like 6 courts in a rec.
Huge
It's not a
rec.
rec, but it's for the
Where at on
community.
Winston Hickey?
By the Croc Center.
Oh,
Hunting
okay.
Park and Wissahickon.
Yeah. Right up.
Mm-hmm.
You talking about that school?
No, not the
you know where the
school.
Croc Center's at? That building. There's a building next to the Croc now that he just
Oh,
they just put a gym in there. 6 courts.
Yeah, it's not even.
We got
it's
a
not even
whole
6 months
gym
old.
on Providence, Gym, a whole wreck,
Yeah.
Mhm.
a whole, and we got a little wreck, and we got the little schoolyard.
Yeah.
We still got all that. So, and like I said, we don't have to lose our neighborhood. Like that's what we had tonight,
they
you
do in
know,
the Little
to
Wreck?
bring it back.
I don't know what y'all think about this, but if we get the rec center, you should have a community meet and greet. Invite the adults from the neighborhood to come in and meet and greet everybody. You know what I'm saying? Because if we all know each other or they start to know each other in their community, they won't be afraid to come out.
Right,
or
right.
let their
Then we can
kids
tell
come
them
out.
what we trying to do at the
So
rec,
we
that
could
they
plan
can,
a meet and greet.
that they
at
can
the
start
gym.
bringing their kids. So when we start putting the programs out, we'll be able to get the
Yeah.
people.
Right, right.
Mhm.
Then go down the line.
We gotta get established. just gotta establish ourselves. We
'Cause
get
that's the only way
established,
we're gonna
and
get them
then
to
we
bring the
going
kids to the rec is by
bring
letting them
everything
know
to us.
what we got going on, what we gonna have going on for the kids to do at the rec,
Mhm.
and that it's safe to drop your kids off at the 5 o'clock, or if you from 5 to 9 or 3 to 9 or whatever time the rec open. And then like you got basketball games or you got your workouts, tryouts, or whatever we got going on, classes. You still got the gym, you got the weights, the weight room. So it's some stuff in here that these kids can do.
There's a lot of stuff in there. Because listen, every community, every rec center got a budget.
Yeah.
They got a crazy budget. It's like millions every summer, every season, or whatever they get, and they don't spend it. It just roll over into the next because nobody don't know about it. But if we form our little committee, we could get funded to do a lot of stuff for these kids. You know what 500,000 could do for Mount Airy, for Wadsworth?
For the rec, period.
Do you know how many?
So how often you gonna have these meetings?
We want to have these meetings on the daily. Like if we could do it every week, and it wouldn't be here, it'd be in the rec center. Is getting familiar with the staff that's running the rec, so they'll know that we're serious. When they know the whole community is behind us and we trying to do something, they don't have no choice but to follow suit.
And, we can
And when
find
they
out what
follow
got
suit,
available.
then the mayor, the city council, all those
Right,
people will
right,
follow
right.
suit. Then we got a voice.
And they'll let us know what's available and what they already got that they gotta do, and what days we can have and when we can.
Because the rec, we got Ivy Hill. Why Ivy Hill so poor if the rec get millions of dollars a month?
Enon
ain't-
took football.
So why the E9, why the other football teams come up here, they get to use the rec, but Ivy Hill's still using the little rec?
No, Ivy Hill football done. It ain't nobody using it at all. It ain't no Ivy Hill.
Ivy Hill and Oak Lane
Oak
joined
Lane is
together.
merged together. So
See?
they doing.
They done pushed
practice at
Ivy Hill out the
Enoch.
damn way.
No, Enon did.
That's what we just talking about.
Well,
like,
we need to go down there and talk to E9. We need to bring Ivy Hill. We got to go back where it started.
Right.
If we
Right,
go
that's
back
what I'm
where it
talking about.
started, and it started with us because that's why we here. So if we go back to where it started, then we could probably get
But
somewhere.
at this
Enon-
point,
Enon
Enon,
is
you're
not-
not getting them out
Yeah,
the
that's
way.
why Carlton.
That
is
church
starts-
with,
Yeah,
you
that,
know, he run
that
away.
church.
Yeah,
It
they
Church
starts in
huge.
McCluskey.
Yeah.
It starts in McCluskey.
we gonna have to.
McCluskey
yeah,
got
we
his
gonna have to
own
make our
funding.
own. Yeah. We gonna have to-
McCluskey got his
Enon
own
out the
fund.
way.
He's got his own board. But if nobody's up there, the system isn't going to give McCluskey money if there's no way to spend the money. Like there's no kids up there. There's no
Yeah.
staff up there. There's nothing going up there. Huh?
Just
Uptown
McCluskey.
United.
Oh,
I
that's the
didn't know
name
they
of it
changed
now.
their name.
Uptown United.
That's Oak Lane and Ivy Hill together.
Yeah, that's together.
They just
but-
did that this year.
Yeah. But that's the football team.
That's the football.
That don't have nothing to do with the recreation center.
Mm.
So when we bring all these activities to the recreation center, then we can get that funding for the recreation center to give
And we
back
can
to
take
our
that
kids.
name back.
Yeah.
It's easy to take
You
the
know why
name
they
back.
did that? Because
You can take the name back once we get the
Enon
funding.
took-
See, it's still it's
Yeah.
still gonna be hard though for them.
I mean, we
because
don't
of
gotta get
Enon.
rid of them. I mean, if you could bring.
We
you
don't
get
have
the
nothing to do
kids
with
come.
Enon.
Yeah, we
Like
want
we
nothing
not
to do
even
with it.
Enon
Yeah, we
got
not
their
gonna
own
do it.
funding. We're not even thinking about that.
Yeah,
Like,
we
they-
basically focus on the community.
on our
Yeah.
community.
Our community.
Our community got its own budget. Our recreation center got its own budget,
then
and that's what we're focused on.
the
When we
kids-
become a team, a family, united, back to being Wadsworth, we'll get that budget,
And then we get the kid. Get
and
the
then
kids,
we'll have the kids.
then
We
set
got
up
to
the
give our
structure.
kids something. Yes,
Yeah,
we
then
can have
set
our
up
own
the-
shows in there. We can do concerts in there. We can do everything in that recreation center. That gym is huge, and it's not being used.
I donated money to the recreation center, and the recreation center didn't even let me in after it was built. So at the end of the day, I got a problem with them.
And we're gonna take it up.
You're gonna take it up.
No,
Another
it's
power tool,
What did
man.
you give?
so
That don't
when
even
I-
matter.
When my son played for Ivy Hill, Cat, and a few of us, well, I wasn't with Cat or nothing, but his name was on the thing too. So the people who donated the
top
money,
donation.
they put you right on a flyer.
on
So
the
I
top
didn't want my
donation.
name on there at the time, so I put Tyler name on there. So when they finally finished building it, Cat had a big thing on that joint, and our joint was all the way down here. So then when they finished building it, they didn't even let us the hell in. And I
That's
thought that
crazy.
was kind of weird. Like we came and go in, and Mr. I mean, whoever used to be like, "Oh, you know, we going in there," but it never happened.
I mean,
I didn't go in there until Rob took me in there. Like I've probably been in there 3 times, just walking in, walking out. But the only time I sat in there for a minute is when I went in there when Rob's wife was doing stuff in there.
yeah, I think
Now you only walk in there when they voting.
Well,
That's the only time you get in there when they vote.
No, the doors is open. The doors is open. It's just nothing going on in there. We have to support the programs
That's
in
why I
there.
understand because they had at one time they had the games and stuff in there.
Yeah, that's
You
what I
know?
mean. You used to have
And the
basketball
weights
They
and
had
all
a
that.
summer camp. They had a basketball camp up there
Yeah.
last summer too.
They have
Yeah,
they
once
have a
it stopped,
lot
it
of stuff
stopped,
going in
it
there,
all
but
stopped.
it's not to the public
Yeah.
because we don't know about it. We got to bring it to the community.
They got a nice weight room in there.
Yeah, they got a nice
It's
weight
not even
room.
open though. It's not even open.
That's what I'm saying. It's not even open.
Yeah, they ain't let you in unless you had somebody had a program going on. But they
'cause
Mr.
turned
Almeida
me
used to have to
down a
let the
couple
kids they had to set up programs so that you could have the kids going in and out there every day.
We want our rec back.
We definitely want.
Yeah.
Well, that's the whole thing. Time when I came home, they wasn't letting nobody in there. It was
Yeah.
West Oak Lane cheerleaders was up there practicing, and West Oak Lane. Everything they had to do with West Oak Lane was in their practice. That's because Sherelle Parker ran Wadsworth and
West
West
Oak
Oak
Lane.
Lane, and her her heart was West Oak Lane. So all her money went to West Oak Lane. But then when she started coming up there, when my wife opened up the nonprofit thing and did the IM program, they started letting us bring people in there. Well, let's get that. Well, they already got that working. They got a budget and they supposed to be redoing the whole field. So we, like I said, instead of complaining, let's go ahead and put our feet to the ground and make it happen.
we should have turf up there.
That way,
lights.
I mean, if we giving them a plan to use the money, and like you said,
gonna be
somebody
there.
must already said something about putting the turf.
It's
up
going to be there.
So yeah, I don't see them not wanting to spend the money.
So I think this is a productive first meeting. So now we go put our feet to the ground and make it happen.
Right.
Yeah.
The next meeting could be what's today? Tuesday. We could be next Tuesday to see how far we got at the schoolyard at the rec center. All right, so we got to
This
put
the
out.
time we got to make the meeting
No, we can make it anytime we want.
earlier.
Yes,
Wait,
we got to get our secretary together.
we are retirees, huh?
Yeah, we all retirees.
All right,
After
good.
5 o'clock, I'm good.
Huh?
Six.
I can't hear you. Put your mic.
You gonna have a secretary at the next?
Yeah, I'm gonna have a secretary at the next one.
Yeah, that's straight.
The only podcast we forgot it was a podcast.
No, this is a podcast that we needed to be a
So
podcast.
6 o'clock, right?
6 o'clock next Tuesday.
6 o'clock next Tuesday.
That's cool.
But we need to meet up at the schoolyard this week. We need to be at the rec center. Like we don't have to go up there as a team, but we need to make our presence known that we're trying to do this in the rec center. Thank you for coming out. Another episode of Everything Philly. I know it's a different episode, but it's for you guys. Thank you very
Don't
much.
forget to like, share,
Share.
and subscribe.
And comment and follow.
I always wanted to say that.
All right.
And follow.